So, quick update on Kavanaugh. The procedural vote was this morning. It was 51 to 49. Murkowski voted to not move the nomination. Collins, Flake, and Democrat Manchin voted to move forward. The vote is expected to happen tomorrow, and rarely, though it does happen, when somebody votes for the moving the legislation forward, rarely do they vote no on the final bill, and vice versa, especially when they break with their own party. Rarely do they, in the case of Manchin or on Murkowski, very is it likely that there's going to be a flop. So the final vote tomorrow will either be 50 to 49, and the reason why it's 50 to 49 is because the Republican Senator Montana has already stated well in advance he's going to walk his daughter down the aisle and will not be there to vote. Normal decorum in the Senate would be that if this is a contentious vote and somebody is not there for reasons that are completely understandable, a Democratic or Republican senator, depending on the case, will choose not to vote or will vote present. That's if there's decorum. And if you say, oh, that doesn't happen, that happened during Obamacare. Okay, and that was in the House. There was a Democrat who I forget if the Democrat was very ill or the Republican was very ill, but they needed surgery or something, and one of them didn't vote, and the other one voted present or left off the floor. And then what happens later on in the official record, they come back and they say the person who voted present will say they vote no, and on the other end, the person who was not there is credited as voting yes. I don't know if that changes the final tally or not, but it usually reflects later in the record. So it's either going to be 50 to 49, because if Flake or Collins flips, then the official vote will be 48 to 51. The 51 would be Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell would vote no because he'd be on the winning side, and then bring it back on the floor and get it 50-50 with the vice president to vote. Or it's going to be 48-51 and Flake and Collins vote. And if that happens, Manchin would follow in line and vote against as well. So it's pretty likely it's going to be 50 to 49 or, again, 48 to 51. Because I can't see one of them crossing and either having the vote or Mitch McConnell not voting in the negative. And again, my personal view on this is that I would have pulled the nomination. But again, the goalposts have been moved. There's time to vote. And, the optics are, you can't say that the FBI is doing a horrible job and they didn't look for anything at the same time going after the president. And Democrats kind of know that. And yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close on some of that stuff. You can't say the FBI is hamstrung and then say the FBI isn't hamstrung in the same breath. So Kavanaugh, the worst that would happen for him is that he gets through on Tuesday. But likely the vote happens tonight. Or it's going to be likely the vote happens tomorrow. Now, Collins says she's going to make her announcement at 3 o'clock, and assuming that Flake doesn't flake, you'll know the ultimate choice. But again, unless Susan Collins flips at 3 o'clock, which I think is unlikely, again, it's going to be 50 to 49 tomorrow. If she does flip, then it becomes a vote on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday, and then or if they're both going to vote no, then it goes down 48-51 with Manchin being on the winning side to vote no. Manchin's vote is basically he's not going to swap unless he's not going to make it 49. It's highly unlikely he would make it 49-51 and vote it down if Flake or Collins switches votes. So this has been my long, droning on 5 minutes, but that's the math. Have a good day.